Hey, good morning, Jim. I got a bunch of knives from a caterer. And some of them are dirty. Can you believe that? But anyway, hey, that's one thing. You ought to try to find some caterers. They're good business prospects. Man, I really need to clean this one up a little bit better. Well, that sounds like a good day. All right, all of these are going to be 8-inch chef knives, so the angle is going to be, we'll have to set the angle again. I had a couple of shuns to do before this, so it's got a low edge angle. All right, that's the bad thing about this machine. It takes me forever to get the angle correct compared to my other machine. 30 people watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. How far of a drive is it for you, Jim? Oh wow, that's a pretty good drive. Hey, 62 people watching, please hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business down here in Texas. And tell me where you're watching from, please. That's not bad. Wisconsin. Thanks, Matthew. Appreciate y'all watching out there. I hope you hit the thumbs up button. Hope you subscribe to our channel. We're Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City is halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. I forgot my dust collector. Let me turn that on. We're halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, sewing and industrial scissors, clipper blades, and just about any kind of knife. I'm doing a bunch of knives this morning for a catering company. They dropped them off last evening. And so we'll get them knocked out for them today. Probably have about, I don't know, 30 knives here to do. And they're all pretty dull. I think I sharpened these for him last year before Christmas. I have to look back at the records, but it's been a while since I've sharpened for them, and I can tell all of these knives are really dull. They usually bring them to me a couple of times a year. Keep it simple. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. Yeah, I have a couple of caterers, and I really like doing business with them. Because they'll bring a bunch of knives at one time. Got a little nick right there, a little bad spot. 131 people watching. I hope you hit that thumbs up button, and I hope if you're so inclined, please subscribe to our channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. It's slower. It's slower going sharpening compared to the 76, which is kind of a bummer, but I guess it's okay. It's fine. The belts last longer. It's just a little clunkier than the 75. But you know, I had that 75. I used it daily for 7 years, so I was really used to it. It's just going to take me some time to get used to this. He's got a bunch of Mercers here. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business out. We get a little income from our YouTube channel. Yeah, Joey, send it to me. Go to my website. Contact me through my website, Joey. I'll fix it up for you. Send me a picture of it too, or a little video showing me what the issues are before you send it. $20 degrees per side. This is a catering company, so they need durability. So 20 degrees is a good middle ground. I'll fix it up for you, Joey. I'll make it pretty. Well, it depends on what I was sharpening yesterday. Yesterday I did a few shuns, which is Japanese, and that would have a lower edge angle. It'd probably have I don't remember exactly what I sharpened. I sharpened a lot of knives yesterday. Some on camera and most of them not on camera. But I did do a couple of shuns that are lower edge angle. They were Japanese style knives instead of Western knives like these. This is a Victorinox Fibrox knife, probably one of the most common chef knives in the country, and it's 20 degrees from in the factory. And boy, this one is dull too. Usually a couple of passes and I've already got a burr, and this one doesn't have a burr yet. Trying not to heat it up. We're getting a burr finally. All right, we got a burr now. this one's pretty dirty. I gotta clean it first. There's another one that needs a little cleaning before I start on that. Cleaning on the Scotch-Brite wheel. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. And I hope you subscribe to the channel. Hey Dale, how's it going this morning out there? I got a bunch of knives in last night from a caterer. Dropped them off. I told him I'd have them later this afternoon. I don't know know how many knives it is, probably about 30. Get them all knocked out. Oh yeah, how'd that go? I think I saw your post on Facebook. Got a little nick in the tip here. Yeah, that's the problem. Next weekend we'll have my farmers market, and luckily it's on the freeway. It's in a Bass Pro Shop parking lot. And so there's always a breeze, but it's still hot. It was a little cooler this morning. It's actually fairly nice in my shop right now. It's only 81. This is about as cool as it's been in several months, but it's 73% humidity. Hey, Mark. I was trying to watch some veil videos this morning. I was thinking about your issue of using the digital edge finder, and I haven't figured it out yet. That's not too bad for Florida. It looks like it's going to rain here. It's cloudy. Well, hopefully summer's over. The worst part of it, anyway. Well, Mark, I don't know if it's good advice or not. this is one of those Sam's Club knives. And it is dull. Dale, which machine are you using? Mark just got him a Veil. I don't know how you pronounce it, the Canadian machine. An old Cutco. Oh, I'd love to see it. Hola, Assessor. Exactly. I'm not a fan of the Cutcos by any means. They're outrageously expensive for the quality. Yeah, I usually don't give my opinion when somebody asks me about them. If somebody asks me, hey, what knives should I buy? I tell them Hinkle, Wusthof, or Victorinox. Those are the three best brands overall for price and quality and durability. Well, Mark, send some of that cold weather down south, please. Man, this knife is dull. Super dull. Oh, that's pretty cold. That's nice. All right, this is really ticking me off. Oh, cool. I think you'll like it. I'm trying to learn how to use it myself. It's different than the 75 with the 1x30s. The bigger belts are taking me some time to get used to. I got it about 50% power is where I've got it. I guess it's on about 2,000 RPMs. I guess if that is any indication. Yeah, that yellow belt is like a fiber belt. It almost feels like a tennis ball. I got it from Cliff Curry at Curry Custom Cutlery out in Hawaii. I had a real felt belt on my 1x30, and so that's the only one I could find that was even close to it. I guess nobody makes a felt belt for the 2x42 that I've found anyway. I think it does a real good job of getting the burr off, and that's why I like it. I do not. On kitchen knives like this, I rarely use a leather wheel. Most people want them a little grippy. So this is a commercial. Company. This is a catering company. So I don't polish them at all unless somebody specifically wants their kitchen knives polished. I don't use a leather wheel or a leather strop. It can if you can put the rubbing compound on it and make it a polishing. I don't do that. I just do it dry to take off the burr. Yep. A lot of times I'll use the leather strop on a pocket knife or a hunting knife, but for a kitchen knife, about 600 is as far as I go. Maybe if it's a shun or something, a knife that's got a very low edge angle, I'll go to 1200 and maybe use the leather strop. But for a Western knife, my opinion is 600 grit. Leave it a little toothy. So you're cutting a tomato, it'll grip the waxy skin of a tomato easily. And like a knife like this, I've got one of these that I use for trimming my brisket. And I want it really toothy when I'm trimming a brisket, trimming that fat off and the not cartilage, but the rough. Sometimes brisket has a lot of tendons and so forth in it. And if you over polish that knife, it won't cut through that stuff. So this is pretty toothy. My opinion is we over polish on a lot of things. Yeah, 120. I'll use a 200 sometime. I'm doing 400 and 600 today. And this is a worn 120. I've had this one on there for a while. So it's, it's probably closer to a 200 and not really a 120. I did it at 20 degrees. That's one of those Sam's knives, not super quality steel. So, if I did it lower than that, it would be pretty dull a couple of times, very quickly. Anyway, so I am from Texas. All right, so we're going to do the globals next. Now a global will have about a 13-degree edge angle on it. That sounds perfect, Dale. So this one's going to be, I'm going to do this one somewhere around 14. Yeah, check with Cliff Curry. Alright, I'm going to do this at 14 degrees. Let's see how it looks. I like edge trailing better. That's just my opinion. I think it creates a better, cleaner grind, and it's easier for me to see the burr. Got a little issue at the tip here where it's worn. Boy, this knife was really worn. Yeah, I mean that's the beauty of it. But you know, you can do just as well with edge leading. Sharon, I am in Texas. What I like about the AMK is they're just rock solid. They're just the guy just does a good job. They're not cheap by any means. And that little sewing machine motor has a lot of torque to it. I've had my 75 for 7 years. And the only thing that broke on it was the on and off switch, and that's why I've put a foot pedal on it. Instead of having to turn it on and off, the foot pedal just makes things a lot better, in my opinion. Another global. I'm going to do it 14 degrees. Well, folks, I appreciate y'all watching out there. That's an hour. I'm going to take a little break now. My back is killing me. Appreciate y'all watching the channel. I'll show you how many knives I have done. I'll turn the camera around. What we've done in this hour. You know, you can buy the pedals are only like $15 at Harbor Freight. There's two different ones. There's a click on, click off, you know, and I'll show you that in a minute. I have that for my air compressor. I got tired of bending over all the time and turning these things on and off. So let me turn the dust collector off. I still got the fans on. Sorry about that, guys. It's noisy in here. So on the pedals, so this one, you can see, this pedal is just hold it and it runs. Well, you can't, the belt's off of it now. So that's just, you know, and then I put one over here on my air compressor that's click on, click off. So check them out. So this is what we got left, and a bunch of pocket knives and an axe. And then this is what we've gotten done so far today. So I'm gonna take a little break. Hope you guys have a great day. I might chime back in a little later. Y'all take care.